Hello, hello. I am going to invite Desra on. Give me just 1 second. Let's get her here. Hopefully Instagram is doing the right thing and it's going to invite and it's going to work and everything's going to be good. And then we have such a great call lined up for us today and she's joining us. Yay. Hi, hi, hi. How
Hi,
are you?
hi.
Hello.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining in tonight.
Oh,
It's
my
night where you are.
pleasure.
I can tell already.
It's what?
I said I can tell it's already night where you are.
It is night. It's crazy how, yeah, I don't like the daylight savings time
I
thing.
know. I know. It's already getting dark here too. It snowed so much yesterday. So it's just been kind of gray and it's like the color of my shirt, really. Like outside, that's just kind of what it is.
Oh, well, that's the color of
So
the inside of my coat. It's
hey,
gray.
and there we go. Ah, beautiful. Well, I love that we already have people joining in. I'm so excited to introduce you to anybody who doesn't know you and then just really get into a really good conversation about mental health and entrepreneurship and kind of what you're doing and your mission now in the world is. So I'd love for you just to kind of pass it over to you and just tell us your story. Tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, my name is Desra. My friends call me Des, and I am 51 years old. I'll be 52 on December 16th. I have been dealing with depression pretty much all of my life. I've been in and out of hospitals, and sadly, I have tried to take my life numerous times as well, which is very hard for me to talk about.
Yeah.
The medicines that I was on, really made me like numb, or they just didn't
Hmm.
help at all. They made me worse. And I think the thing that, started waking me up with the whole medication is, when my dad passed 10 years ago, I wasn't able to really grieve him properly, but I was able to
Yeah.
be there for my mother and my sister.
Hmm.
And I walked into his medicine cabinet. I saw all this medication, and I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like, as soon as I said that, I think I went to work like 3 days later, and they actually ended up like taking me out on a gurney because I had had a bad a reaction to one of the medications. And I
Oh,
told my
sorry to
husband
hear
at that
that.
time, I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
Hmm.
So I think that, yeah, that was like 10, 11 years ago. So like for 11 years ago, 11 years, yeah. Um, and I know that this was not a good idea. I know, but I went off of all my medications, and that was a personal choice
Hmm.
that I took
Hmm. Hmm.
and that I made.
We definitely are
And
not recommending you do that today.
no,
Just this is
no, no,
your
no,
own
no,
personal
no,
decision. Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yes.
Always talk to your doctor before
Absolutely.
you make any kind of discussion,
Hmm.
especially,
Yep.
yeah, it's not anything to
Hmm.
mess around with, for sure.
No. No.
So, so I think,
But what
I was on like,
amazing courage for you just to do that. Like just to say, hey, you know what? This isn't what I want my life to look like as I get older, right? I'm very similar to this story. This is a very similar story to mine. So I'm excited for us to get there because this you're such an inspiration to me and I know to so many others. And it's not an easy thing you've done,
no, you're gonna
right?
make me cry because
Okay.
we have a lot of similarities
We
for
do.
sure. But fast forward, it definitely was not an easy decision.
Hmm.
I was, on an up and down roller coaster all that time. And I got to the point where, well, it was January 2023. I'll backtrack a little bit. I was diagnosed with chronic arthritis, which is very painful,
Hmm.
especially if it's in your neck and shoulders.
Hmm.
I mean, just in general, it's very painful.
Right, right.
Okay. And
Yeah.
that pain, along with the depression that I was already feeling, I just
Hmm.
couldn't take anymore. So, January 2023, I was actually contemplating yet again to just not be here anymore. I had a plan, I had
Mm-hmm.
everything. And then I don't know what made me do it, but I went on Facebook and I saw that someone was talking about CBD and
Mm-hmm.
how CBD was so beneficial to people to help with mental health
Mm-hmm.
issues that I reached out to her and I said, "Hey, I'm at my wit's end. I can't do this anymore. Please help me."
Yeah.
And she was actually so moved by my story, she gifted me a bottle of CBDA.
Wow.
And I was at the point, Cami, where I didn't want to get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to be around anybody.
Right.
Chris had no clue what was going on with me because I hid it so well.
Yeah.
I wasn't
That's hard.
showering. I
That's
just,
hard because you can't lean into anybody.
no.
That's hard. Yeah.
No, and
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, people were so not tired of me, but they were so like kind of fed up, because they knew that I needed help, but I wasn't looking because of all of the past stuff that I tried and it just didn't
Mm-hmm.
work.
Right.
So it was very hard for me to lean into
Mm-hmm.
anyone. My daughter didn't understand, my
Yeah.
son didn't understand.
Yeah.
And so after feeling like I didn't want to live anymore, I
Mm-hmm.
took this, what I call my miracle oil.
Yeah.
And within 5 days, from a very dark place, I was actually able to see the light
Mm-hmm.
in an ever. Like
There was some
if it was
hope
like,
there.
yeah,
Is that because
like
it just released the pain, or do you think it was more mental, or do you think that overall it was just a different, like sometimes when people take prescriptions, they become immune to it. Do you think this is just maybe a new shock to the system that just woke you up and was like, you can feel, look, here's something
I
new?
don't. I mean, I don't. I don't know because like it does have like a serotonin boost in it. It also
Mm-hmm.
does have the factors of like Tylenol and stuff like that to help with
Yeah.
inflammation.
Yeah.
But I was very skeptical,
Mm-hmm.
because of all the other medications that I've been on. So for
Yeah.
something to actually help me in the manner that it did, it was just mind-boggling to me.
That's amazing.
And Chris actually thought it was a placebo effect until we went on a cruise and I wasn't able to take the CBDA because it was
Yeah.
oil form.
Mm-hmm.
And my
Mm-hmm.
mood just started. So we knew
Yeah.
that it wasn't a placebo effect. So,
Wow, that's so cool. Like, so my background's kind of similar to yours in the sense that it was more my mother that I struggled with this with, and my father. Both of my mom and my dad both had mental illnesses, and they coped with medications for pain, as well as drugs. And so that was a very big thing that as a child, I watched them go through this. And then as I got older, I was around when my father committed suicide.
oh,
And then my that was 12 years ago now, and my mother is 60 years old and she's in a nursing home because of prescriptions. And so these two people were such big like eyes for me to watch. Like I just watched them and opened my eyes so much to where I knew the only way I would be able to not end up like this was to do something completely opposite of what they've done, right? So I've been very big on not taking prescriptions, like if I don't have to, like unless I really, really needed it, like maybe an amoxicillin or something like that. I have definitely, I used to struggle really bad with like seizure, like medication, and I would take migraine medication for that. And that would help me with my migraines. But after so long, I was like, why am I on this every day? I'm now dependent on this. And so I kind of got to the point where it was affecting me so much that I wasn't able to go to work. I wasn't able to parent. I definitely wasn't able to focus on myself as an entrepreneur and grow where I wanted to grow. It was limiting me. And so like you, I ended up weaning myself off with doctor's permission. I weaned myself off, and now I don't actually take anything, which helps me. But I also take an oil every once in a while if I do get a migraine, and that helps me sleep, or if I'm getting anxiety. So that helps me as well. I don't take it every day. I don't find I need it anymore, which is amazing because I used to be on that prescription medication every single day since I was 15 years old. And I stopped taking it like 32, 33 years old. I stopped taking it. So for 15, 16 years, I took this prescription medication because I was so scared that if I got a migraine, I wouldn't be able to function for 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So I'm really glad that today I'm not having to take that. I don't like chemicals in my body unless they're absolutely needed. And so that's kind of where my mindset has been. And this is how I think you and I came, just the attractiveness to us because of our stories and our backgrounds. And they're so similar, but yet so different. So there's so much relatableness here. And now today you started a business just recently because you're like, hey, this is so good, I want to help other people, right?
Yep,
And
been
yeah, and
I've
now
been
you're learning entrepreneurship.
I am. It's a little different, that's for
Mm-hmm.
sure. It's something that I never thought that I would
Yeah,
ever do. But honestly, being able to help people
yeah,
feel better is kind of like a serving heart, like
yeah.
I've always wanted. And I now feel like I have a purpose. Like all my life I've
Mm,
been searching for a purpose, and that is just to let people know that they're not alone.
yeah,
And you know, I tell people that, don't even know me, I'll like look to see what they're talking about online, and I'll reach out to them and be like, look, if you ever need to chat, I'm here. I'm
yeah.
here.
That's heavy too, because you never know what happens. I used to tell women, I'm like, my DMs are always open if you ever need anything, just to even be that ear. And sometimes I've had women jump in because of domestic violence or because of suicidal thoughts or because of depression, and they just can't get off their couch because of whatever was hitting them at that time in their life, and so there's these moments where you want to be there and you're authentically and you will show up, but it's scary sometimes opening and not knowing how to help them. So how do you handle that?
I think, knowing that I've been where they've been, that
Mm-hmm.
really helps me keep the focus on just listening to them, just listening to whatever they have to say. And, if I felt like something was not good and that
Mm-hmm.
they did need help, I would definitely enlist someone to help, because
Yeah.
there's only so much as me as a person can
Right.
do. But honestly, just having someone be able to have someone to talk to, like if I had had somebody to talk to, I might
Mm-hmm.
be a different person. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So,
Yeah, absolutely. I feel a lot of guilt about around that with my dad's death. I feel like I should have been a person he could have came and talked to, but he didn't feel comfortable to talk to me about it. Maybe because I was his daughter, maybe because I was his only daughter, maybe because of the level of the situation, whatever it may have been. But I carry a lot of that guilt. Like, why couldn't I have been that person he came and talked to? So it's something I've worked throughout the years as well, and I think that that's what it is that people need that source. They already know that maybe they're depressed or they're over the anxiety level. They need help in some other way or somebody just to listen to them, like you're saying, and just raising their hand. And I think that this goes for everything in our lives right now. Like, we're so busy and we've got so many things going on, and some people don't even want to answer the phone. They would rather get a text message so they can screen the message before they decide if they want to take the message or not. Like, the world is just kind of different than where it was. I'm going to say upside down for the fun of it. Before we used to be able to answer call and people would pick up the phone, and now they're like, hold on, I don't want to talk to that person right now, I'll call them back.
yeah.
Right, we can screen everything. So, I commend you for the work you're doing and the mission you're on, and just your heart, because it's so hard to be, I think, a woman entrepreneur who's also going through different things in life at multiple times. You know, you're a single mom, or you're a single mom, right? You're a mom of a teenager, and you've got a lot. You're an entrepreneur, and you work, and you've got your own things you're handling as well. So I commend you for all the things that you're doing. It's amazing just to be able to keep it together. So I really, really applaud you for that. Let me ask you this: where what's next for you? Like what's going on in 2025? Like what's your number one goal?
My number one goal actually is to start a local support group here where I'm at. Um, I also, I think it was where Mental Health Month was, I donated like 10% of my commission to a
Mm-hmm.
local mental health organization.
Love that.
And she was so like impressed that I did that. She, I think, knew that my heart was truly in it.
Yeah.
So she was actually telling me that they're looking for people like me that do just what I'm
Yeah.
saying. They just listen. So I might be doing that as well.
Oh,
But
I love that.
yep. And I mean the other two is like, building this little team, and just being supportive to
Mm-hmm.
them and just trying to do whatever I can do, not
Yeah.
only to make them successful, but to make them feel good about what
Mm-hmm.
they are doing.
That's right. Yeah. What brings you joy?
I think what brings me joy is just hearing a testimonial that I helped somebody. Like that. I mean, usually singing, of course, brings me joy because I love to
You are a
sing.
singer.
But
Yes.
I honestly feel like I found my passion, and that is just helping people and
Mm-hmm.
just helping them find not just the product, but just even like the tools that they could
Yeah.
use, whether that be a breathing exercise or
Mm-hmm.
tapping or whatever
Mm-hmm.
it is that they need at that point. Just helping them figure out what they need in their toolbox.
Yeah. I love that. I love that you're building that toolbox for yourself as well. I love your products. I've been taking them now for a little over a year. I absolutely love them. It helps me sleep. It helps me with my digestive. It helps me calm myself down from my really crazy days. So I really like those. So if people want to get in touch with you and want to learn more about you and want to get into like what I call your ecosystem, how should they find you? And kind of what's next? Kind of share a little bit.
I mean, I have an Instagram, of course. Here I am. Hi.
Yeah.
I have a VIP Facebook group. And it's not just product based. I have like a gratitude challenge, that there's a bunch of people in there, and every morning we say what we're grateful for. I share, different ways of like, I've been into this laugh yoga,
Oh
which
yeah.
is you have to look this up. That right there just puts a whole new spin on my day, especially with this woman that I follow
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Oh my
But I
gosh.
mean,
Everybody should just be intrigued enough to go find out what the heck laugh yoga is, period. I saw you do it in your stories once and I was like, what? I had never heard of it. But you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. I think it's great. If they could do yoga, what is it? The goat yoga, laugh yoga, easy peasy. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah. I mean, they say that you kind of like force your laughter, but like once you start
Yeah,
forcing it, it just happens. Like you just
that's
start
right.
laughing because you want to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. What a
So
release too. You feel so good when you laugh. So I
yeah.
love it. Oh, that's so fun. That's so fun. So Facebook group, your Instagram. I know you're here on Instagram all the time. That's where I definitely hang out with you. I see you on Facebook sometimes as well over there. And if they want to know more about your products, they should just DM you. Is that right? Or
Um,
kind of just check you out?
they they can DM me, but I also have like a product match link because I
Okay.
really like to consult with people before they purchase our products
Yeah,
because there's a lot of questions to ask before doing
I
so.
love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining in today and just us coming together. I know we've been wanting to do this for so long, and sometimes it's just hard to balance and align everything all at once. I know you're about to pick up your son, and I'm just so grateful for you to, oh, he's here, huh? And I'm like, I'm so grateful for for you to just join in, and I can't wait for us to further these conversations and help as many people as we possibly can just feel like themselves as they are pursuing what their goals are. So I definitely appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you around.
Well, I do want to say something to you, Cami, that everything happens for a reason, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate you sharing your story about your father, and I applaud you because
Yeah,
that is not an easy thing to do. And if you ever need to talk, I'm here for you.
absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Have a beautiful day, Des. I will chat with you soon.
Yes, thank you everybody for being here.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.